This week, we'll feature Scottsdale influencers, Aubari, Nicole, and Ashley Paige. Welcome to the Scottsdale Vibes podcast. I'm your host, Alicia Haygood. We all are on social media. We all know about it. You've heard the term Insta influencer or social media influencer. But what does it take to really become an influencer? How does that one video pop and just go viral for you to have a huge following and help influence the world and our community here in Scottsdale in a positive way? I'm excited to have Ashley Paige and Aubari Nicole with me at the table this week. They're both Scottsdale residents. They are Insta influencers, as we like to call them, and they really are here to share a positive light on our community and inside their life. This was recorded at the What She Said event that I did back in August. I was so thankful and honored to be asked to record some podcasts there. So it might be a little noisy as we were at a convention, but the message is clear and they are genuine. And I'm so excited to share some local residents with you. I'm going to take a short break. When we come back, I'll have Ashley Paige and Aubari Nicole. Are you like me and love a good fried chicken sandwich? Maybe a grilled chicken salad of some sort. How about those hot and fresh fries, all washed down with some fresh squeezed tea or a milkshake? Are you hungry yet? Then you need to go check out Bird Call, located at the corner of Scottsdale and Shea, for everything delicious, fresh, all natural, and locally sourced. Bird Call started with the mission to make natural food more accessible. Not only are they feeding us all natural food, but 1% of their sales goes to support local schools, charities, and organizations here in Scottsdale. You can see all the delicious details by visiting eatbirdcall.com or just driving to their location on Scottsdale and Shea. Oh, and did I mention they're open on Sundays? Unlike some other chicken places, you can get your chicken fix 7 days a week. Bird Call, your only choice when it comes to all natural and delicious chicken. Scottsdale resident Ashley Paige found her inner artist through hair, makeup, and stylist. She grew up in Vegas before making Scottsdale home, where she started working at a salon at the age of 16. Knowing nothing about hair or makeup, this young version of Ashley enrolled at the Paul Mitchell School of Phoenix, and well, her name and talents now speak for themselves. Ashley, I'm so excited to learn because I've learned so much from the women I'm talking to lately. We all think we have this perception of what we want to do, what we want to be when we grow up, and we get to grown-up age. I use air quotes because I don't know when that actually is. And we're like, no, this is not fun for me. I'm not passionate about what I do. So talk about how you really just went from working in the salon that your mom would go to finding a career and something that really is not a job but a passion of yours.
Oh, man.
I know. We got time. Go ahead.
It's been a journey.
I want to talk about that journey because I think it's so important.
We all have our stories
Right.
and we all have our journeys. And when you share your story and journey, it helps one another grow and make each other's journeys a little bit easier.
Yeah.
I always say that we as humans are not meant to be alone. Mm-hmm. We're not meant to do things alone. So we need one another. We need community to grow.
Yeah, we do. You started working in hair. You came down here to go to cosmetology school.
Yes.
Were you like a girly girl before that and you liked makeup?
No.
That was like a hell no.
Yeah, that's a major hell no.
Yeah.
Growing up, I don't even like to say ugly duckling, but just that kind of.
You couldn't find what worked for you.
I was just like black sheep. I never fit. I hung out with the popular crowd, the jocks and cheerleaders and all of that, but I never really fit.
Yeah.
And the style and the hygiene and the hair and the makeup, it just was not it for me. I didn't get it. I was straight A's, honor roll. I like to read books. I had no idea that I was creative until I had finished cosmetology school.
Really?
Yeah. So I wasn't doing anything in the creative world prior to me graduating. I graduated cosmetology school when I was around 20, 21, and I'm 34 now. So I had no idea. I was just like just off the beaten path. And then, it just I learned how to, take care of myself and individual style and stuff through cosmetology school, because prior to that, it was just not.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was doing.
I'm with you. I learned through like my friends in high school and stuff like that because they knew and I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
You came down here to go to school. You got hooked up with the Phoenix Fashion Week and doing stuff. I read that kind of was a game changer for you.
It totally was. I started dabbling with modeling when I was probably around 16. My mom had taken me to some go-sees and things like that. I didn't have the confidence back then. Since I was teeny tiny, I've been picked on about my weight. I've always been very underweight and very tall and long. I got a lot of limbs, so I'm like a giraffe. So I just didn't have the confidence, but I still kind of dabbled with it here and there. I liked to take pictures. I was in high school, skater chick, scene kid, emo kid. So I had the black hair and the mullet and the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I started experimenting with my personal style. So at that point in time, I was just doing hair and I was doing more modeling and stuff at that point in time. Because I was in 2017. So I was doing more modeling, and when I would go for a shoot, I would always bring my clothes, and I would put my outfits together, and I'd have fun with that, and I had an eye for that.
Were you finding your self-confidence at this point?
At this point, it was developing more and more. I had such a crazy teenage experience, gang violence, and in and out of visiting my ex-boyfriend in the prisons, and it was just a lot of chaos. So I was finding myself through all of that chaos, a lot of drug use and alcohol abuse, and I got diagnosed with autoimmune diseases during all that. So it just all kind of led me to finding more of myself, and the photo shoots and stuff. I would start helping the other girls who were models who didn't really know how to put outfits together. And the photographer started asking me hey, can you help so-and-so with outfits? You always have cool stuff. And I would just do it for fun and just to help out. And I was doing makeup and I was doing hair and I was modeling, and I just enjoyed being on set and enjoyed helping with the runway shows and all of that stuff. And then I started directing runway shows a little bit, just small scale, little community type things. Yeah. But I got connected with Phoenix Fashion Week through one of my ex-boyfriends. He was going to the Tony and Guy School here in Arizona, and one of the directors there was one of the directors of Phoenix Fashion Week. And he was like, you got to meet Ashley. She just is really good at all this stuff. She would love to get involved. And then I met the Phoenix Fashion Week team, and Brian and his team asked me to participate in the spring runway show where they have 6 wardrobe stylists competing against each other for the shot to be stylist of the year.
Have you done anything like this before other than just showing up to your modeling gigs and helping out that way?
No. No. Wardrobe stylist, I hadn't branded myself at that or even thought of myself as a wardrobe stylist. So when I was asked, I was like, oh shit. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have connections to designers and boutiques. I just don't have those resources. Yeah. And but I was like, all right, well, screw it. I'm just gonna do it. This is an opportunity, and I wanted to get involved with Phoenix Fashion Week. So I did it, and that was my first year competing with Phoenix Fashion Week, and I ended up winning.
You won. Your first year. You've never done anything before, and now you're 2017 Stylist of the Year. Yeah. You talk about doors opening up for you. What happened from there?
Whenever I get involved with something that I'm into and passionate about, I'm in it. Yeah. So Phoenix Fashion Week, I was in it, and I met some of my business partners now, Lux and City, and they're a creative marketing agency, and we do a lot in the community. But I was in it, in the wardrobe styling world, and just any fashion show or anything like that I could get involved with. But I was one of the style team leaders for Phoenix Fashion Week. So all of the runway shows at this point and a lot of the photo shoots and stuff like that, they would ask me to do it. So I competed a few years in that show, but I also learned how to refine my skills as a wardrobe stylist, brand myself as a wardrobe stylist. But I had no idea what I was doing.
Well, now you do. Hair, makeup, wardrobe. You are a full package. You went from the girl who knew nothing to being hugely successful and sought after and for this now. You talked a little bit about your autoimmune disease. You mentioned that. I think that when you feel beautiful, it starts from the inside out. You can cover things up on the outside, but it really doesn't change you. So you have really taken your health seriously lately to really transform who you are. Talk a little bit about how those autoimmune diagnoses changed you and affected you.
It saved my life because at that point in time, I was still partying a lot, doing a lot of drugs, wrapped up in and out of a relationship with my ex who was in prison, and just still in a very chaotic, violent lifestyle. And I got really sick and had to explore that. I thought it was just like a flu or whatever, but I had lost 10 pounds. I was down like 85 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
My normal around then was like 90 something, but I was severely underweight and sick. And that diagnosis, I got diagnosed with lupus, Sjogren's syndrome, and fibromyalgia at that point.
Goodness.
And if I didn't get diagnosed with that, that was like the wake-up call I needed, because everything I was doing was just total destruction.
Yeah.
Like mind, body, spirit.
All of those.
Yeah, everything. So if that hadn't happened and get me to take a harder look at my health and what health means and explore options, and it's been a journey. It's been 11 years now, and I just got another diagnosis 2 months ago. I have Lyme disease.
Goodness.
So, and Hashimoto's, but that's likely because of the Lyme. It's a whole thing. But yeah, it definitely saved my life because it led me to finding yoga, and that very much so changed me, like night and day difference. I'm very into that, mind, body, spirit. And so without getting sick, that wouldn't have happened. Where I was headed
was destructive.
Dead, strung out on drugs, or in prison. Those were my options.
How do you help someone that's kind of been in your position to find their path in life?
Having conversations like this. I am very passionate about yoga and health at this point. And, you know, the creative stuff and doing hair and all of that stuff, like that's always a part of me. But at this point, my health is my number one priority. And health goes further than just the physical, you know? So for me, helping others is like such a huge importance to me. And I do that by sharing my story, sharing what I'm going through, because they see me on the outside and they're like, oh, you don't look sick, or you look great, or you have all this going on. I would have never known. But we all have a story. We all have something going on, whether it's physical or emotional or whatever. And it's just really important to share our stories and to share our knowledge.
Have you seen a change in yourself since you've become vulnerable and sharing all this on the internet and stuff like that?
Yeah, a lot of support that always pours in when I need it, because sometimes I need it. I'm human, you know? So, but just who I was 15 years ago to who I am now is just so night and day. I never would have thought.
What advice would you tell Ashley 15 years ago?
Oh my God. There would be a lot about loving herself. And what that really means, and sharing the perspective that I have now on life and compassion and empathy and why people do things or act a certain way or reactions. You know, I've been in therapy a lot over the last 4 or 5 years. And again, the yoga and the spirituality aspect of it has just totally changed my mindset. And so going back to that version of Ashley, and just because I always say now, I want to be the person that I wish I would have had when I was a kid.
Right.
When I was a teenager, when I was a kid, when I was an infant. I wish not that my parents or my family wasn't supportive in there. It was just they had a different set of tools. They had a different mindset. Like I found this through my journey. And I think a lot different than some of my family. But so I wish I could have been who I needed then. Or that's who I want to be now. So that's what I try to be for myself and others.
Did you ever believe that you could have this kind of life from where you came from?
No. No. And sometimes you know, our human mind, like we're always wanting more. We're wanting more success, more opportunities, more dollars in the bank account. And it's just always more and more and more. Sometimes I have to like check myself because I'm very hard on myself. And I think we all are in certain ways.
Agreed.
But I'm very, very hard on myself. So sometimes I have to like whenever I'm in my moods and I'm feeling down and I'm like, I have to check myself and be like, okay, if I dropped my life the way it is right now on that version of Ashley, oh my gosh, she would be like, what? Like, you know, it would just be like so much excitement and gratitude. So why am I sitting here like feeling bad that I don't have XYZ or I'm not at this position? Like,
just making a new goal. I love that.
Coming back to being present.
Yeah,
you know?
it's so key to having balanced and healthy lifestyle, just being present. Who's your biggest influence?
Oh, gosh. I feel like I have a lot. I don't know that I could pinpoint one person.
Okay.
You know, my parents have been big influences. My dad, I was born on his birthday. Like, me and him are just so tight. But my mom...
Special connection.
Yeah, special connection. And my mom has got a whole other different type of special connection. So, obviously, parents. But honestly, I get very influenced by people who are able to dig deep and have these types of conversations and listen. And so it could be somebody that I'm talking to ordering food. Like, you know, it's just those little conversations throughout the day, throughout my life that really make an impact. And I do
real conversations.
Yeah, I can converse.
Yeah.
But I'm very like to myself a lot in a lot of events because it's hard for me to just do surface level.
Yeah.
I want to go deep.
I do too. Yeah.
Into the shit.
Yeah.
So I'm very influenced and inspired by people who are able to do that.
What have you discovered about yourself over the past few years, and where do you see that taking you in the future?
Past few years.
Or was there a moment anytime that since this journey you've started in the past 15 years that you're like, I see this and this is my path and this is where I want to continue going kind of thing?
The more and more I dive into my own healing, not just physical, but the mind and spirit, I just feel very called and drawn to the yoga community. And yoga is a lifestyle. It's not just the physical that we think. It's just, you know, all around. And I teach a little bit of yoga here and there when my health allows. I give myself space, but also facilitate sound healings and facilitate cacao ceremonies, and I assist with those. And just the impact that those kinds of things have on people, it hits me to my core, and I just feel like myself in those situations.
I love that.
And I see how deeply impactful it has been on my life. So it's happened twice today. I'm supposed to be in Costa Rica.
Oh.
I've never even been to Costa Rica, but I'm supposed to be in Costa Rica. Okay. And I'm always joking about that and talking about it.
Oh, like you, like not today, like you're literally, this is where
so you're talking about where we're going in the future.
Like, to be.
I want to be in Costa Rica, whether that's to live permanently or I go there every once in a while. My path is going there. But I want to facilitate all of the things like that I shared, you know, sound and cacao and plant medicine and yoga and all of the things to help heal the collective because we are all connected.
I like that. I'm trying out my first sound bath and I know I'm so really excited.
You're going to have to let me know how it goes.
I will. I thought about you when I made the appointment and stuff. And so I was like, oh, Ashley does this. I'll have to go look and reach out. So I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah, I'd love to hear about it.
Ashley, one of my favorite questions from all my guests, because that really opens doors and teaches me things, is what's your favorite Scottsdale vibe?
Scottsdale vibe. There's so many vibes in Scottsdale.
That's what I like, is there are so many vibes.
So many, like, you know, you talk to some people and they just think it's like bougie, but then I'm like, and that's Arizona in a whole, and then some people think it's just dirt. And like, so
that's what I thought until I moved here. It was like, oh, it's just the desert.
A lot of people do. Yeah. Like, why do I want to move there? Yeah. Scottsdale vibe. I see a major Phoenix Rising type thing going on over the last however many years I've been around here. And Arizona has been a huge impact on me. So I love Arizona. There's nowhere in the U.S. that I think I would rather be. And I haven't been a lot of places, but I need the heat.
Yeah.
I need the heat. I don't like being cold. But I appreciate Scottsdale because it's a big part of my journey. Yeah. You know?
It has a special place for you. It
has a special place for me.
I love that.
Meant to be here until I end up in Costa Rica or on a beach in Bali or something like that.
I'm down for any of those places.
Let's go.
Ashley, thank you so much for joining me today. I will have all your information in the description of this episode to learn more, but find her on Instagram and everything, Ashley Paige. You really do have a positive page to go to find who you want to be, and you really are a whole package of wholeness. And,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too, Alicia.
We all want that perfect smile. So who better to call for all your dental needs than Dr. Rob DeVito at Arizona Center for Laser Dentistry. Dr. DeVito and his staff offer the best dental experience. Whether it's time for your routine cleaning, one-of-a-kind laser dental treatment, or teeth whitening, their same-day service saves you time and money. And as a mom of 2 little ones, trust me, this is exactly what I need. Give Dr. DeVito a call at 480-990-1905. You can also find him on the web at drdevito.com. With over 20 years of experience in real estate, Sean Shackleton, the Shackleton Group, is ready for you. Sean is a well-respected, full-time agent that is always at the forefront of both market trends and market technology. Most importantly, she is a realtor who will listen and always put your needs first. It's no wonder Sean is named as one of America's top 100 real estate agents. So whether you're buying or selling or need a good neighbor, call Sean of the Shackleton Group at 480-734-7277 or find them on the web at theshackletongroup.com. A Southern girl like myself, Aubari Bruner, grew up in Charlotte, North Carolina, moved to Phoenix 7 years ago, a wife, mom, and dog mom to 3, curious to know who's the most difficult. Aubari loves everything travel, fashion, and content creation. She is a football fanatic. Go Falcons. I know. It's okay. I think we can agree on the Cardinals. We'll agree on the hometown team, but I have a feeling we're arch rivals on the field.
I have a feeling.
That's okay. We'll get along. Aubari, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Being a Southern girl like myself, I read that you love the West. And it's a special place just like the South is. Tell me about what you love about the Valley and moving out here.
So I'm not going to lie. It's completely different
than
being in the South. And the first couple years I was here, I was like, I don't know how long I'm going to be here. And then, you find your people. You just really enjoy the culture. Go out. Do things, hiking, of course, and just, having all these amazing experiences so far. Like, I've grown so much, and being in the South is very different. So it's definitely grown me a lot, and
That's good.
I thoroughly enjoy it now.
Yeah. What brought you guys out here?
My then boyfriend, now husband.
Oh, okay.
Moved
He's
for
still in the
work.
picture. That's
good. For now.
Yeah, that's fair. I tell my husband the same thing.
Right.
All right. So I'm curious. A wife, a mom, and a dog. You have
just a dog mom.
Just a dog.
Just a dog.
To 3 dogs.
To 3 dogs.
That's enough because I have 2 kids and I won't get a dog because of my 2 kids, and they're not understanding that.
Well, I don't think I have kids because I have 3 dogs.
That's fair. See, so you get me. I love it. You're a social media content creator. Tell me really what inspired you to be a content creator. It is not an easy job, as I have learned. So where did you get the inspiration to become one?
So it kind of started just as something fun. During quarantine, everybody gets on Instagram, everybody gets on TikTok, and I really just started creating videos with my husband, and we had a lot of fun, and our account kind of magically
did it
took
naturally
off.
grow? Is that
It did. It was random. You just get that one video that does really well.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. What was, because I've seen some of you and your husband's videos.
Yes.
You're hilarious. It's like starts off with you being serious and then he takes over and is crazy dancing behind you. I saw him like pull you into the snow. Very fun. So what video was it that really sent y'all over?
Oddly enough, it was a video of the Emperor's Groove. Have you seen that video?
Yeah.
That movie?
Yes.
So it was the sound from that. And literally,
can only imagine.
I just edited the video in probably 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And it took off.
See, that's what happens. Everyone says that. The harder you work on a video, the less it's going to be seen.
100%.
The more you put into your look, the less it's going to be seen.
You get ready for 5 hours and, 3 people see it. But if you love the content, that's all that matters at this point.
So tell me how you found a niche, you figured out something. How did you take that? Because when you have it, you got to run with it.
For sure.
So tell me how that went for you.
So it actually kind of started on TikTok, and it was more so just myself and my husband. And then I've always had an Instagram, always loved Instagram pictures and videos and fashion and all of that. So I just started to do videos for the both of us, and then just for myself and my page. And it kind of just also that took off. And then another video that I posted of us actually went really viral on Instagram. And it was our first time going viral on Instagram, I guess. It just was something that was natural to me. I love creating content. It is difficult to be consistent. It's difficult to kind of come up with ideas, but I needed a creative outlet from the year of 2020 and 2021, and then also working.
I wasn't there those years. I skipped it.
No one existed.
No one existed. Just skipped over those years.
Yeah. But I fell in love with it, and I continue to create content.
How do you get your husband to do it with you? Like, does he have fun with it, or is it a chore for him?
So funny enough, I am more of the introverted one, and he's more of the extroverted one. So if he can have attention, he's fine.
Oh, okay. So it's more that you have to be in the mood to do it and stuff
exactly.
like that.
He's like, okay, let's cut the camera on. Let's do something. He's not afraid to look crazy.
Yeah.
He has a good time, and we like making content together as well. So
that's awesome.
It's a lot of fun.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Who inspires you for content creation, or certain followers or certain content creators? Who inspires you to do more?
I follow a lot of creative people, and I have a lot of creative people in my family. My brother is in film and production, and he's always been super talented, so I've always gotten a lot of inspiration from him. But also just kind of the girls that are in my DMs.
I like that.
I didn't feel good today, and what you said on your story or this video that you posted really gave me a lot of inspiration. When I post my husband, there, women, especially women of color, a lot of times are like, I want to find love.
Yeah.
And, if I can inspire just one person, I'm okay with that.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like it because that one person will take that inspiration you gave them and spread it, right?
For
It's
sure.
all about continuing on.
Yes.
That is one of your big things. You love empowering women. You love working with small business owners and women and stuff like that. What about that do you think you had a calling to?
I think it's just, I have a lot of people around me that have their own businesses. I see them working hard. And if I can put a good word out for anyone's business, if 3 people go that I, suggested to go to this place, then that's all that matters. And, eventually I want to start my own business one day. So, just that grind really inspires me to feature, women-owned business, small businesses, those type of things.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Before we leave, we are here at the What She Said event.
Yes.
What are you most excited about seeing or meeting or anything today?
I'm just excited to network, meet a lot of people. I'm not new to the area, but I am new to the area, so it's exciting.
We had those 2 years that we didn't get to interact or do anything, so we have to make up.
Right. Exactly. And then the first 2 years I lived here, I didn't do anything.
You're an introvert.
So actually, I just moved here.
Let's start over.
Right. I'm ready, excited to, see and meet people and all the vendors. I'm excited to, see what's out there.
Very nice.
Yeah.
What is a piece of advice you would give to someone that's trying to grow their content media?
Ooh, don't let numbers discourage you. Do what you love. Do it. If you like the video, if you are passionate about what you're doing, if you are trying to educate someone, if you're doing it just to feel good about yourself, do it. Just put the content out. You'll be surprised who will connect with you and who will continuously be a follower that supports you and supports everything that you do.
I think that's really good advice because everyone thinks you're going to have that one hit right away. So with that, how long did it take you? How much content were you pushing out before one took off? Months, years? If you say days, we're done. The interview's over.
It was maybe a few months.
Okay.
But I didn't set out to I want to go viral.
Yeah.
I set out just to do something besides sit in the house during quarantine. And, things started to take off. And even now, I still struggle to stay motivated and consistent and get good creative ideas. But for the most part, it comes when it comes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird, the timing. Yeah.
Very nice. It's my favorite question to ask all my guests. We are the Scottsdale Vibes podcast. What is your favorite Scottsdale vibe?
Ooh. Oh my goodness. I am a homebody, but I do like to get dressed up, look cute, and
Well, I see that because you look fantastic today.
Thank you.
Nice. Happy hours are perfect.
Yes, love a good happy hour, especially in Scottsdale.
In and out before the crew comes.
Of course, brunch.
Oh gosh, you can't go wrong here.
You get cute for brunch.
Yes.
Until football season.
All right. So I assume you're a Panthers.
I am very much a big Panthers fan.
All right. Well, best of luck. And we'll just say we have a very big winning streak over you for the past few years.
No, and it kills me.
I know it does. And I feel good about it.
This year, we'll see.
You know what? I'll take you. I'm a huge anti-New Orleans Saints fan. That is our arch rivalry, you know. So I'll take you. It's okay. And we're regrouping this year. Matt Ryan's leaving, you know, so we'll see.
It'll be an interesting year for the both teams.
Year. Maybe it's your year.
Finally. Because everyone quit or retired. Yeah.
Well, Aubrey, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Go to the description of this podcast episode, and we will have all the links to find you on Instagram and everything else. Best of luck in your creation.
Thank you so much for having me.
We've heard commercials for those other insurance agents, but when it comes to someone who knows Scottsdale and the insurance business, there's only one person you can trust with your stuff, and that's Jeremy Mueller of State Farm Insurance. Jeremy and his team of agents have been helping Scottsdale for over 20 years. From big purchases to rentals, there is nothing Jeremy can't cover at the best rate with the best service. Don't believe me? Then give him a call yourself at 480-515-5523 or find him on the web at jeremymueller.com. Well, maybe you got some clues on how to be that Insta influencer. One thing I learned is be authentic, be yourself, and don't be afraid to put yourself out there. The more that we share, the more we can have that relation to one another, which is exactly how I feel with you. There are lots of fun things coming up this week. The calendar of events is brought to you by Notre Dame Prep. Go find the saint in you by visiting ndpsaints.org. Expedition Day with McDowell Sonoran Conservancy is happening this Saturday, November 5th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Go listen to the episode. We had them on a few weeks ago talking about all the great things they have coming up, and this is one of their big events. It's at Lost Dog Trailhead, which honestly is one of my family's favorite places to go. The boys go mountain biking. Me and my daughter go hiking. We meet at the end. It's a great place. So go enjoy some fun, family-friendly events to learn more about what's in our own backyard, and then go and enjoy a hike while you're out there. Are you hungry? Because now's the time to get ready. The NDP Culinary Festival is happening November 12th from 6 to 10 p.m. It is a awesome time. It is so delicious, such great company. I laughed and laughed and laughed when I was there last year. I highly encourage you to go support our local schools and our students and just eat and drink and have a merry old time. Like I said, November 12th from 6 to 10 p.m., all the food will be coming from restaurants from here and local area. So another way to support local. It is 21 and up, so come enjoy a night out on your own. Canal Convergence is going on this week. Oh my gosh, you will see my family and I down there. It's happening at the Scottsdale Waterfront from November 4th through 13th. The lights start at 6 p.m. It's a local and international artists from around the world bring their best light to the waterfront. It's a great time to come by yourself with a date or with your family. It really is fun. It can be crowded, but I promise you everyone gets to see it. Go enjoy your time, Scottsdale. Have a wonderful week. Keep vibing, and I'll see you around town.